I'm on my way to see a masterpiece that first hung in number 10 Downing Street in the remarkable collection of Britain's first Prime Minister, Sir Robert Walpole. Now I'm heading to Christie's on King Street, just on the other side of St James's Park, to see the picture, which is widely considered the finest work by the artist still in private hands. And I tell you, I am very, very excited. Letizia, this extraordinary picture by Venice's greatest view painter, Canaletto, was made in the 1730s. Can you give me a sense of where it fits in Canaletto's career?
So we think it was painted around 1732, and this is really when Canaletto's at the sort of peak of his abilities. It's a time during which he's in great demand, and you can see the supreme confidence in the way he handles the paint, and also in the kind of compositions he's putting together.
Canaletto was from a family of artists. His father was a stage painter. He was a stage scenery painter as well. There's something very theatrical about this picture, isn't there?
There is. It's very theatrical, both in the lighting, but most of all in the composition. So he lines up the parlour here at this oblique angle so that you have this very impressive lineup of Venice's landmarks. It's sort of the perfect backdrop to what's going on in front.
Yeah, Venice is a kind of stage set from this perspective, isn't it? And the remarkable thing is, of course, it's barely changed at all. You arrive, you've got the Ducal Palace, you've got the Mint, the Great Library, the Campanile. It's an extremely dramatic environment. So I'm sure this is not a normal day in Venice. Could you tell me a little bit more about what is actually being pictured here?
Sure, so it's the feast of Ascension Day, and it was the only occasion in which the Bucintoro, the Doge's barge, which is beautifully ornate here at the centre of the composition, came out. And the Doge would sail out to the Lido, and he would throw a ring into the water as a sort of symbolic act of the marriage of the city of Venice to the sea. And these festivals were really going to become a sort of specialty for Canaletto in his studio by the middle of the 18th century.
One of the things that is truly extraordinary about this picture, when you look at it close, is the variety of technique. Technically, it's absolutely astonishing. There's this wet in the sky, the paint is very thick in the foreground. It's a remarkable technical masterclass, isn't it?
It is, and already by this date, Canaletto is supremely confident in handling paint. The figures in the foreground, for example, he almost builds up with the paint medium to create these sort of three-dimensional figures, and they're real individuals, unlike the distant crowd, where they're painted in an abbreviated form, almost like calligraphic squiggles, but the effect is of a throng pulsating with life on the marlow. He also gives this impression of kind of airy, spontaneous quality to his painting, but actually it's underscored by incredible precision. And we know that he used rulers and incising instruments, not only to mark out and plot out where the architecture would go, but also to create grooves in the surface of the paint. He's also a master at creating kind of atmospheres. You can sort of feel the gentle breeze in the feathered caps of the gondoliers and also in the kind of rippled effect. You can almost hear the sounds of the oars sweeping through the water. He's an absolute master at kind of evoking that sort of effect.
And obviously, it's not just a great picture. The provenance is absolutely incredible with this. Can you tell us a little bit about its backstory and where it started out?
It's first recorded at Downing Street in 1736, hanging in the official residence of Britain's first Prime Minister, Sir Robert Walpole. And this picture and what was once its pair used to hang in the same room, either side of a fireplace.
I wonder whether this picture, in its position in Downing Street, wasn't just a kind of nice decorative artefact, but something that had this kind of larger symbolic power. It's amazing to think that the great and the good coming into that building and maybe looking at that picture and discussing it. It's really exciting, isn't it? One of the things, I've looked at many Canalettos in my time, I've very rarely seen such prominent impasto. Is the condition of this picture particularly good?
It's in fantastic condition, and that's because it's exchanged hands very few times in its history. I mean, the term masterpiece is somewhat overused, but in this case I really feel it applies. It is the quintessential view of Venice, the most desirable subject of the festival of the Ascension Day by the most talented artist of his day, in his best moment in the early 1730s. In perfect condition and with impeccable provenance. I mean, it ticks every box. And I think in this case, it really is a masterpiece in the truest sense of the word.